Welcome, students, to our Spelling Netcast. I hope you've had a great weekend and you're ready to get busy. Let's start by making sure that we're prepared. Please make sure that you have with you your glue stick, your scissors, Ziploc bag to put your word chips in, pencil to write with, and of course your journal to write your assignment in. Let's take a look at this week's spelling words. It's sort 9, Y plus inflected endings. Here are your words. All right, let's get busy cutting. Students, now that you've had time to cut your word chips, let's go ahead and take your heading. Again, this is very important that you take your heading and you glue it at the top. This helps us stay organized. All right, so run a bead of glue across your heading and let's get it put in at the top. Again, this is sort number 9, Y plus inflected endings. Let's go ahead and start by writing base word. At the top, that's one of your exemplars. And then here we have our first inflected ending, where we add an S. Then we have adding ed, and we have adding ing. Okay, we have two different types of words, so we have a total of 3 of each. So count 1, 2, 3. Let's skip a line, and then 1, 2, 3, skip a line, and then let's go ahead and do the same thing. Write base word. And again, you also have to trust me on this. I'll explain as we go why we're doing this. Okay, so we got our plus S, our plus ed, and our plus ing. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and write spy down here. And let's find our other base word for this word list, and it will be, let's see, where could it be? It's hiding, there it is right there. All right, let's go ahead and write spray. Okay, oops, can't forget the R. Spray. Spray. All right, I have a little consonant blend there, don't we? Actually, we have it on both. This is a 3-letter blend, this is a 2-letter blend. All right, now let's go ahead and add S to spies. So it's going to be spies. And let's go ahead and write spied. Okay, I'm going to hold off on this for a sec. Let's go ahead and write sprays. Because we're adding S, right? And it's like write sprayed. S-P-R-A-Y-E-D. Okay. Now, I would like you to look closely at these two words, and let's take a look at what happens when we add S and when we add ed. It looks like that when we add an S with spy and an ed with spy, something changes. Now we have to ask ourselves why. Why would that happen? So let's take a look and investigate. Let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out why with spies or spy we would add IES and IED, and with spray we're just merely adding what? We're just merely adding S and ED, but down here on spies we're dropping the Y and adding IES, and we're dropping the Y and adding IED. Now why would that happen? Can you students look and figure that out? So we're adding S after the Y, adding ed after the y. What comes before the y? Look at that. We have a vowel. Now down here, where we drop the y and add ies, and we drop the y and add ied, if we look before the y, we have a what? Consonant. Interesting. Before the y, we have a vowel. And if that's the case, we just merely add s and ed. And down here with spy, before the y, we have the letter p, which is a consonant. So in that case, we drop the y and add ies and ied. Okay? And that only applies with adding s and ed. When we look at spray and we add ing, we're just merely adding ing, and that's kind of the case with this word anyway. But down here with spying, we don't drop the y. We just add ing. So again, dropping the y only applies to adding s and ed. Spying is spy ing. Alright, and again, we have two other words. So go ahead and write fry. Let's get you set up for the rest of your word sort. We have the word cry. And again, both of these words have a consonant before the y. Again, a consonant before the y. And so you're going to be dropping the y, adding ies and ied to these words, and then you're just adding ing. And our other two words up on top are stay. And what's our last one? Play. Alright. Okay, students, so once again, we have to look closely at the letter that comes before the y with each of the words, because again, if it is a vowel, like on stay, and a vowel like on play, we just merely add s and ed and ing, right? We don't change anything, we're just adding the letters. And when we have words like spy, fry, and cry, if we look before the y, we have a consonant. Before the y, we have a what? Another consonant. So these, we have to drop the y and add ies and ied. And then with ing, we just merely, we keep the y and add ing at the end. Alright, pretty slick, pretty easy, pretty cool. Go ahead and finish your word sort. Students, now that you're done with the video portion of today's assignment, it's important that you turn your page, do a lay and say. Again, by doing it again, it gets us off to a good start and really helps us out to know what we're doing and help prepare us for the test at the end of the week. When you're done with your lay and say, please make sure you put your word chips back in your Ziploc bag for safekeeping. Organize your materials. Again, students, we expect a lot of you, and we know you can do some awesome work. Remember that because you're doing 2 assignments tonight, you're not doing your vocab video. That will be done tomorrow night. Okay? Alright. Monday night, again, video, lay and say. Tuesday night, you're doing a lay and say and 2 speed sorts. The lay and say you are to write out, and your speed sorts, you merely just write your times down. Wednesday, you do a lay and say and a blind sort, and it must be signed by a parent, as you know. Alright. Okay, students, until we meet, take care, get her done.